Hey y'all, Mythic Rare here for all my A1 Day 1 subscribers. Welcome back. Cannot believe that there's 8 of you. Oh my goodness. Um, for anybody who is new or just visiting, welcome. Today is Whip-In Chat Day, so feel free to bust out any crafting projects that you may have, and I'll keep you company while you work on your thing, even if it's just chores or you have me in the background while driving. Yeah, you can probably tell that my voice sounds like so much better. Um, it turns out a couple of weeks ago, while there was like all the Canadian wildfires and stuff at the same time, there were also fires burning in Edmond, Oklahoma. So like our air quality was super duper poopy, and uh we yeah, just constantly coughing, choking, like all of the things. But lately we have been having pop-up thunderstorms just about every few days for like the last week. So that really helped to knock a lot of the things out of the air. Last couple of days, we've quite literally had Phoenix weather, like just straight up 100-degree temperatures and stuff. And I know that all y'all native Oklahomans or Texans are probably just like dying, and I am living my best life. I know that this shoe will be on the other foot when it comes around to winter time. But yeah. So if I didn't say it already, this is the Eternal Mermaid Companion by Sierra Burrier from Craftibly. We've just got a couple more days left, like today and excuse me, tomorrow, from the Craftibly Craze event. Yeah, it's gonna be impossible for me to get this finished because I still have the half of this row, and then I still have like 2 more rows down beneath it that's going off camera. Yeah, like it is just super duper intense confetti, y'all, but the details are just chef's kiss, and I know that it will totally be worth it in the end. What do I want to grab first? All right, so we'll grab this. Um, yeah, speaking of my ability to breathe or not, um, I finally had the, almost dropped it, almost spilled my drills. I almost had, or I did have, excuse me, the allergy appointment with my new doctor. Her name is Laura, and she is very, very good at what she does. Very thorough. I went to her office at I was in her office by like 7:45 in the morning. My appointment didn't start until 8, but they ran like a very tight ship. Like, I don't know about y'all, but in my experience, the doctors would always be like running behind and stuff, but no, like, thankfully, they were on time. And, um, like, because I came from the one place that was having all the shenanigans. And by shenanigans, I mean the stuff that I'm going to throw up there in the iCard. Yeah, because I came from that office, they first of all asked me like have you had any improvements with your vials? Did you first notice any improvements? Because it was like just barely 6 months for me, and I was like, no, I hadn't noticed really any improvements. If anything, my allergies had just gotten worse. And I let them know, about my job with the like in the airline travel industry, and that it was very, very hard to get in touch with billing and stuff. And it was almost like this whole entire game for 1 year of just like back and forth, waiting for those calls from billing that would never come. And then when they would finally come, I would like miss them. And I just straight up one day took PTO out just to call billing. And yeah, all the things. I like start to finish from the time that I was in Phoenix to my entire journey here. Like, I had to give them all of that background, and then they're just like, well, because the wildfire smoke seemed to have affected you, and because, Phoenix, they're like, wildfires are basically public enemy number one over there. Like, we're gonna test you for asthma. So, what an asthma test is, for those who don't know, is they have you blow into almost like a breathalyzer machine. It's got this tube and stuff, and you're told to take a very deep inhale in, and it's got like a computer screen on it, and it has like this graph, right? But this isn't looking for blood alcohol content. This is just like looking for your lung capacity. And like, you have to suck in as much air as you can, and you have to blow out for almost like 6-7 Mississippi seconds. Like, it feels like forever when you're doing it. And some people get dizzy and even like pass out when they do it. So that did not happen to me, thankfully. They have you blow into this machine like 4 times so that it can get an average of like numbers from your lung function and stuff. And all of mine came back great. So I think that it was just like the super duper bad air quality, just like triggering the heck out of my allergies. I don't know. But my asthma test, it came like, I came back, you're a normal functioning adult, you don't have any asthma. After the asthma test, they brought in that big tray that has all the little needles in it, and I'm like not gonna show you because it was pretty gruesome where they did it. But this place did not test on my back. They tested on my right arm and my left arm, like the forearm area, because research over the pandemic with allergies, surprisingly, has just exploded. The skin on the back tends to be more reactive than the skin on people's arms, and for some people, like, the reactions to the scratch test on the back can be kind of like blown out of proportion. So unless you're like a little kid and they think that you're gonna basically rip your skin off, this office does not do allergy shots in the back anymore. If you're an adult and you can control yourself, you get your skin test done on your forearm. So they drew out the grid and stuff, and then like one by one, 72. Actually, no, they did more than I think They did more than that. They did, I want to say that they did 30 on my, like, just 30 individual, like, skin testing for allergies on my right arm. And then they did another 15 to 20. Nah, they did like 20 on my left arm. And then some of them didn't even, like, have a reaction. And they're just like, well, this is a tree that you didn't react to. This is like a grass you didn't react to, blah, blah, blah. We just want to go a few layers deeper into your skin to make sure. So they took a part of my left arm that they were, or they didn't, like, previously use as part of the test, and then they went, like, a few layers down into my skin, and so, it bruised, and my left arm is all, like, black and blue and whatever. It's pretty gross, but, I'm glad that they did that because they got a reaction when they did do that. And then I'm supposedly allergic to one type of mold, and then slight allergy developing to dog and cats, which I like pets, so I'm glad that we're seeing this coming, so then I can get that very quickly nipped in the bud. But yeah, more or less, like, my right arm was all the outdoor things, and it lit up like a Christmas tree. And in not so many words, my Dr. Laura, she said, oh yeah, the outside world is not your friend. But yeah, because even though I filled everything out on the app, they still had, like, they'd still had been wanting to go over, like, certain questions and things, how they always do. Like, they want you to kind of explain yourself and, like, what you answered on the review of systems, and, like, that, the amount of tests that I had to do. They were not kidding when they said that it takes sometimes 3 hours to do the tests. And I was kind of panicking too because, like, the week before my tests were about to happen, some of the senior leaders were thinking about having a meeting for my department because they were asking, like, what time do you start? Like, we can adjust your schedule, blah, blah, blah. And I guess not enough people were going to be available when either that or they were having to adjust almost everybody. And I thought that, you know, I was going to be on for this meeting right after my skin test. So I basically drove my car like I stole it home. Like, and then I get home, and then, come to find out I'm starting, like, at my normal hours. But still, though, I only had, like, 1 hour of downtime in between when I got out of the allergy clinic and then from when I started my shift. So that was kind of, I guess, like, cutting it close. But I mean, with over 500 people going to this one clinic because ours had shenanigans, it's kind of one of those things, like, what can you do? And also, they had me book my follow-up appointment 1 year in advance because that's how many patients that Dr. Laura has. Yeah, kind of like this allergy place does stuff like way different. I actually need to have the billing conversation between me and my insurance because the vials are not getting shipped to the allergy clinic. They're getting shipped to my house, and they give me like a special insulated makeup carrier that will house the vials that I'm going to be using, and I keep this in the fridge, and I bring my vials with me when I go to my allergy doctor. And I mean, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I feel bad for the folks who work at, or who have worked at the previous place that I went to. Like, I really do wish them the best, but secretly, I'm kind of hoping that, the previous one goes under, and then my new my new allergy doctor can just like take over my previous doctor's office, and then they can get more staffing in there. They can actually house the vials for us and all the things. But at least this way, I won't have to run the risk of like somebody accidentally losing my vials, which was kind of a problem with the Oklahoma Institute of Asthma, Allergy, and Immunology. But I do kind of feel, a certain way about having my vials at home, because I've only ever heard I've heard it be either like, it's either one way or the other. I've always heard like you could either give yourself the shots, or your doctor or your allergy immunology office, they administer it for you. And it could just be that we have so many people coming from the one allergy clinic that that they just cannot house all of our vials. Like, I don't know, it's weird. It's an adjustment, but I mean, hey, they put me through the ringer for those tests, so I expect good things. And they're expecting my vials and everything to come through within like the next 30 days or so, which is yes. And that is why I went through the whole skin testing and stuff, because with that previous clinic, I went almost a whole entire year before I even saw my first shot. And because I'm a new resident, my body is now like acquainted, or has gone through that process of getting acquainted with all of the things here. Now I'm just like allergic to everything. But yeah, no, it was a good appointment, and it was I I have a feeling that we're probably going to be at this clinic for a very long while, because they've been they're like, it was almost a game changer. I'll put it that way. So, how is everybody? Are y'all hot like us too? Are any of y'all up north, back east, dealing with the wildfire smoke? Because I hear that with the Death Ridge, the Ring of Fire, the Ridge Rider setup, however you want to call it, I hear that the wildfire smoke is back, and it seems like it's just taking Canada forever to get those under control. And yes, it is pre-Friday. I cannot wait until the weekend. So I don't know. I can't remember if I told y'all this last time, but we got some good news. We have been waiting for our oven for almost a year. We ordered it in August, and it still hasn't come through because the whole supply chain mess that's been going on because the pandemic and all that. And we okay, not we as in the family, but my boyfriend's mom was getting upset that it still hasn't come, and she called the folks that she ordered it from, saying like, hey, it's been like almost a year to the day and we still haven't gotten this. Like, you need to cancel our order and give us a refund. And then they're just like, no, like, please don't cancel. We'll give you the 4 model and we'll give you 10% off. So that's exactly what they did, is they gave us some money back, and we got our new oven on Monday. So like right when I came back from the allergy appointment, and I come through the front door and I'm just like, oh, okay, it is here. And then I'm all having to squeeze through sideways through the entryway of our trailer in order to actually get inside, because the oven's right there, and then like the rest of our furniture and everything was in the way. Like, we could just barely get it through the door. And ever since then, our cats have just been like ornery little like, they're whenever I go out in the kitchen, they're just like meow, meow. Like, they're constantly meowing at me and stuff. Probably because the oven is just like all of a sudden there, and they also want it moved, but you know. So Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting Saturday because we'll get up, we'll make our breakfast, and then we'll unhook the old oven, we'll hook in the new oven, and then we'll turn it on, and then we'll skedaddle because, the whenever you have like any new appliance, like even if it's just a little like countertop toaster, you know how when you first turn them on, like they have this weird smell and you can't cook anything in them, otherwise you're going to get sick. Yeah, that's kind of what's going on here. Is we're just going to have to let it bake for a little while, let it just like vent the smell and stuff for manufacturing, and we'll leave all the windows open and whatever, so that none of the smell stays in the house. And then after a few hours later we'll come back, and then everything's all well and dandy, we can use it. Yeah, Sunday, I don't know what we're gonna do. um I know Monday I'm fixing to take my car for an oil change because I have off on Monday, and our like the my car is a 2017 Nissan Sentra, and I take mine to the dealer to get maintenance, and my car dealer just got a remodel, and they now have an express lane, so I don't have to have like a specific person like tasked to oversee my car, like because it is just very very basic maintenance. Like I'll just pull it around back to the express lane for service, and then they will get it all um taken care of. I will probably, so yeah, like that'll be it. I know I need to get my car like washed and detailed and all that, because it's been a while. Inside's looking a little rough, but I don't want to spend the extra money, so I'll kind of do that on my own. And that's kind of where I've been at too, is like with my nails and stuff. Like I know I need to cut them, especially my toenails. I want to get that taken care of before 4th of July, and I spent almost all $40 in my beauty budget to stock up on those beauty supplies and things that I've just been putting off buying. Like cuz I have cuz I have a French manicure gel on my toenails right now, and they're getting like super duper long. I want to trim them, file them, all the things. And then I need to go in there and like file to break the top layer of the gel. I've got these little clampies to clamp like the cotton ball with the nail polish remover to them, and then I can do like a soak off, so that'll be good. um those are due to come through Amazon tomorrow. Like, yeah, because like the things with my health have been so rough, I haven't been posting as much on Instagram, and I'm like just barely able to pump out the one video a week lately because I've just been going through the ringer health-wise, and I feel like I just kind of need to slow down on the creating and take care of myself. And then also because Alex's aunt went back home to Florida now that her travel nursing contract over here is finished. We've been spending some more time together as well, because before it was like she was staying in the room next to my boyfriend, and then it's like, well, I have the other room on the opposite end, so he kind of like couldn't do much. He felt like his privacy was kind of invaded upon because there was someone staying in that room that he just straight up wasn't used to. I mean, it's a different story if his brother comes home from military leave, because his brother is also a gamer just like he is, and it's like those two can be up at all hours of the night, and like none of them will give two flying flip-flops what the other one does. Basically. But his aunt most certainly did, and it was just it was yeah, it was rough for him, but and at times it was a little bit rough for me too. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, now that like business is pretty much back to normal, yeah, we're just like, we're spending time together and stuff. And then his buddy who's the DM, he got a job. So like there's kind of like upheaval to the schedule again about when they can play and hang out versus when they cannot. And I am happy that our boy the DM got a job, because he had just moved into an apartment with his girlfriend, and like they're both fresh out of school and stuff, have a little bit of college under their belt, and I didn't wish for them to lose their first ever apartment, so I'm just like totally happy for them. And then another thing that's going on besides the end of Craftibly craze and whatnot is the Crafter's Paradise retreat. I signed up for it while I was in the live with Crafting with Shay, and I did have like some emergency information that I had to look up, so I was like a teeny bit slow on getting some of my stuff entered, and I made the wait list, and I'm not all disappointed, actually. I actually feel really good about being on the wait list, because yes, I understand like things, I mean, I see it all the time, because for my employer, I specialize in parties of 10 or more, like large groups. So I understand all the time that like life can happen. It opens up an opportunity for somebody. And I knew that even though that, yes, today I am having trouble paying $37 for 10 pounds of ground beef. And I know, like, there's this voice that's in my head that's saying, like, you have no right to be signing up for this. You can't even afford to make a meatloaf right now. What makes you think that you can afford a retreat? And then that's when I pulled out my cash stuffing envelopes and all that, and I'm like counting the money for my car insurance, right? I already have $420 in there, and my car insurance usually works out to be $851. No matter what I do, it usually always works out to be $851. I'm just like, yeah, no, not today, Satan. You need to sit down and shut up, because I know that if I get started right now, I can have this retreat, because I know how to gradually squirrel away and to save. So, yes, I am going to have to start a new envelope that'll say, like, retreat or vacation, and I'll have to, like, next check, I'll have to start putting money towards the Crafter's Paradise. But you know what? Considering how I'm already halfway to car insurance, and then as soon as I get to like 900, I'm gonna stop, because then I will have had all of my money. Yeah, and then I can start working on the Crafter's Paradise next, and it'll be fine. And it's one where it's like, I'm in Oklahoma City. I can just like come down the I-35. It'll probably, if I start like in the early morning, it'll probably take me all day to get there. But yeah, like, I can do it. I know I can drive it. I just hope that section in between Oklahoma City and Dallas, like last summer when I did an extended weekend at Dallas, it got like really bad. I want to say around Purcell, Oklahoma, and yeah, it was that stretch in between Purcell, Oklahoma and Denton, right before the Buc-ee's. Like, it was just all it was all traffic jam and construction, basically. I really hope that by the time Crafter's Paradise comes around, if I make it into the retreat, that section of road is going to be better, because like that seriously added 4 hours to my trip. Like, if there is no construction period and you can go 70 all the way pretty much until you hit Denton, it should only take you 3 hours. I know that on the way back from Dallas, like when I did the return part of the trip, I pretty much started in Dallas and I drove almost all the way up to the state line, and then like I stopped, I went to the bathroom, I grabbed a snack, because like I'm one of those ones who flies better than they drive, and I was feeling like kind of a little bit like my blood sugar was coming down and stuff, and I'm just like, like that wouldn't be safe, just like need to take a minute. And yeah, it was like after I crossed the state line and I went to go and continue on right after I crossed the state line from Oklahoma and pulled out of the rest stop. Like, it was just all construction. From there to Noble, just about. And yeah, it was just bad. It was just bad. And then, yeah, it seems like the construction out here, they must pay these folks by the hour or something, because their construction takes forever. Like, I don't know if it's because all the snowbirds and all the people coming, like Phoenix, they take care of it quick. But yeah, Oklahoma City, like, you can have stuff up that says speed limit reduced to blah 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 miles per hour, and the work will all be done, and it'll be a year later, and we'll still have these signs up. So in case y'all are wondering, like, as you're coming to visit Oklahoma, or if you're just passing through, like why is everybody doing 60 and a 45 when it's construction and stuff? And it's like, there's no workers present. There, like, the road looks perfectly pristine. It's been done for a freaking year and they forgot the signs. I cannot wait until they completely widen everything on the I-40 for the east part of town. Honestly, I think that there are so many people coming that they just need to make it like 6 lanes from here to Shawnee. And then they can taper it off, because after Shawnee, I think the next major piece of civilization is gonna be Fort Smith, Arkansas. like they seriously just like need to expand everything. But I'm hoping that on the 4th coming up, because I'm off, that I get to do some interesting stuff in the morning before the heat and all that sets in. Like, Tinker Air Force Base would be open to do tours and things for 4th of July. They used to be in the past. I cannot wait for them to bring that back, because I would really love to go and see all the planes. And then, of course, like, us Oklahomans, we love our cars, and there's always like a good car show and stuff that goes on too. So if the Air Force Base isn't open, I will probably go to a car show. Of course, like, there's fireworks. I don't know. We need to check and see if Alex's uncle is doing anything, because his uncle has a pool. Not like an above ground pool or anything, but it's a legit in the ground pool. Oh yeah, speaking of pools, we have an above ground pool at our house, and we accidentally let it get green, and a frog must have gone in there and laid some eggs, because the other day when he went outside, he said there's a whole bunch of things swimming in the pool and they look like tadpoles. And then I just like was watching them for a second, and yeah, they're all like, they're tadpoles. Pretty soon we'll have a frog army, and then they'll eat all the mosquitoes, and yay. I can't wait for them to grow up. Well, this just about does it for me. I know that we've gone on about 45 minutes or so. Let me know in the comments below how your 4th of July was. Did you guys do any fun? Or you just chilling like a villain and avoiding the heat just as much as possible? Let me know. All right, y'all. I will talk to you later. Bye.